Okay, so are we ready to work on the tunnel a little bit more?
I'm ready.
Okay, so what parts of the tunnel are we going to be working on today? I don't know, but we remember working on the tunnel 2 weeks ago, right? Wasn't it 2 weeks ago? Yes, that was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I think we knew what we did that day. We just worked on the front. Okay, well, TV Space Monster did the rest, and then the middle of the tunnel too, and then you guys to close this side of the tunnel. Yeah, we closed up that entire tunnel. You meant this side? Yeah, we closed up the entire first tunnel. Okay, so you guys are working on the second one. Mm-hmm. That's what we're working on. Yeah, I was planning on doing the entire back of the tunnel today. Oh, trying to get that done today? Well, possibly more than that, but I'm not sure. Okay, then. Let's go and work on the tunnel. Okay, but we can't go that way because we're working on this side of the tunnel too. No, we closed up that whole area because we're working on the second tunnel, so we're gonna have to go around. Okay, then, let's go. Alright. So, I'm gonna be working on the back of the tunnel today. Alright, that sounds perfect. And then I'll work on the front of the tunnel. No, we're all doing the front of the tunnel today. So, you said you guys are gonna be working on the front of the tunnel, right? Yup, all three of us. Okay, and then I'll work on the back. Okay. Okay, in order to do this, we need to cover up the first two tunnels. And I'm guessing the middle one leads to up there. So I'll leave the middle one open and then remove the left and right one. Because the left one leads through that. And then the right one leads from up there. So I'll do that today. Okay, so we removed the first part of the tunnel, right? The first part to the second tunnel? Yes, not sure if we did that already. No, I don't think so. Are we gonna be doing that today? Yes, we are. Okay. There has gotta be a way to do this. Because there's a tunnel right there. And then there's a tunnel right there. Well, I can maybe close up the left one and the right one. Because there's a path coming from that tunnel. Which is that tunnel right there. And then there's a path that leads to here. And then there's a path that leads to there. So I might just have to cover up just the right one. Over here, it's like a two-way split. So I might just have to do it. Okay, guys, we're doing good. Alright, let's see what TV Space Monster is doing with the back of the tunnel. Oh, I was expecting that. Alright, are you working on the front of the tunnel right now? Yes, we're building a path that leads to the second tunnel from the first tunnel. And then we're reconnecting that path. So that is our plan. What is your plan for the back of the tunnel? So my plan is to block out one of the tunnels because there's another tunnel on the left. Okay, what tunnel is that? That's this one right over there. Okay. And I must say there's 3 tunnels that lead from the base. Yeah, but once I looked, it was a two-way split. There was actually a path coming from that tunnel to the base. And there was 2 tunnels coming from up there. Okay. So yeah, I decided on removing the right tunnel and then just having the 2 tunnels. Okay, that sounds good. Okay, I'll get right to work. Okay, so I'm gonna be removing the right tunnel because the left and middle tunnels come from here and there. And then there's 2 tunnels here. And then there's a two-way split here. And then this tunnel right here, that leads to the base, which is not one of the paths we can take. Because right there, there's an actual path that goes to the tunnel, which is right there. And then that's when we go straight. Once we take that turn, then that will lead to the base. Okay, let's get to work. Alright, we're finally done. So next time, we're gonna add another path, which leads to the tunnel. Yes, and then we have 2 paths to take. Yes, that's right, either to the base or to the Space Monster's base. And yes, I'm not gonna be doing that today, maybe next time.
So, yep, that will do it for upgrades today.
Okay, so is that all we're doing for today? I think so. Okay, let's go.